Welcome back to the second video of the AMA series. I'm glad to have you all here. Today's update will cover 4 new listings that went live over the last month, and we'll talk about the upcoming payment methods as well. And at the end, I'll answer some of your questions, some of the most popular questions that we've received through the Google form last week. So let's get started. So the first topic is obviously the listings. A variety of assets were added on the platform. And it is quite crucial for our business to add new assets because it increases the engagement. We get cross-community support. When we add a popular cryptocurrency, we have people coming onto our platform from other exchanges in order to trade that cryptocurrency, maybe do some arbitrage, whatever. Those things are created to grab your attention and to add the most popular currencies to our platform. So this month we've managed to list 4 new assets on our platform. So the first one is Solayer. Solayer introduces advanced restaking on Solana, allowing users to stake Sol, Solana, and LST to support extra services and unlock new yield opportunities. The Layer token is used for governance, rewards, and operations across the ecosystem. So that was one of the listings. So the second listing was a tutorial, TUT. So tutorial began as an educational project on BNB chain and has evolved into meme coin with a mission of using an AI assistant to teach blockchain fundamentals. Tutorial tokens are used for rewards, unlocking platform features, and community governance. So the third token is Mubarak. Mubarak is a culturally inspired meme token on the BNB chain, launched in March 2025. It draws from Middle Eastern themes and has quickly gained traction thanks to strong community support and regional interest in crypto. And the last thing that we've added this month was Bubblemaps, BMT token. So it helps to simplify on-chain analysis through interactive visual maps of tokens and wallet activity. The BMT token gives users access to advanced analytics, community tools, and governance features for deeper insight and transparency. So sorry about reading those things out loud, but I think I'm contractually obliged to read those bits because obviously, a new listings, apart from the community sharing, those projects pay a small fee to be listed on our platform, and it's part of kind of the marketing engagement. We have to mention them, on our social media and obviously in AMA sessions as well. So for all of those tokens are now available on PointPay exchange. So feel free to check them out, trade them. They're quite popular across all of the most popular blockchains. So yes, please go ahead and check them out. So whilst we are on the topic of listings, I would like to highlight a small important change that we introduced alongside each listing in April, a trading bonus for early birds. So the first 48 hours after the launch, you get 0 fees commission on all of the newly listed assets. So this is a new perk that we've created. So first 48 hours, you get 0% fees on all of the new listed assets. So go and check it out. And obviously the new assets that we're planning to add in May will have exactly the same perk as well. And we are obviously planning to continue with this approach going forward. So to keep in pretty much, please keep an eye on upcoming listings section. So there we will announce kind of new listings weeks in advance couple of, well, probably not weeks, but like at least a day or two in advance. So get prepared, and when you go, you could trade all of those assets completely free of charge. We don't make any money, and we want to kind of encourage people to trade the new assets on our platform as a promo. So always go ahead and check out our upcoming listing section. So before I move to the next topic, I would like to remind that don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, press the bell notification, and comment anywhere, anything, even if it's like one hey or whatever. The YouTube algorithms really like when you engage with the video whilst you watch it, so that's a really cool thing, and we're trying to do our best to deliver you the best services and updates. So why not support us with the simple thing that is completely free, to like, subscribe, press the bell button, and leave us a comment if possible. So now for something else that I'm excited to talk about is the payment method. So sorry, just give me a second. So PointPay operates across many countries and regions, and each obviously has its own challenges. To make it easier for everyone to sell crypto and fiat, and those challenges are obviously due to legal reasons, cultural reasons, integrational reasons, because in Europe we have our SEPA, in America they have their own system. So, every single region has their own kind of perks and etc. So, and as a company, we want to bring as many payment options as possible, of course. So, and obviously that concerns quite a lot of regions. So right now we are in the final stages of integrating a new payment method. I won't name the provider yet, but if something changes, we might want to adjust our plans. So we're assuming that everything goes smoothly. In the next 1 to 3 months, we'll have a new payment provider. This is what we're doing now. So as soon as it's ready, I'm going to tell you all. So with that, I think that is all for the informational part. I'm going to give you a hint. It's going to be a payment provider in South America. So this is the region that is incredibly popular among the PointPay users. So we are integrating one of their bigger payment providers at the moment, but I won't say which one it is because I don't want to jinx it, because things happen, integrations fall out, legal things don't work out. But yes, we are integrating a new very big payment provider into our platform, and it might take a couple of weeks, maybe a month, and we need to make sure that everything works correctly. Having said that, I think that is it for all of the updates, and I think we're ready to move on to the Q&A.
Okay, the first question is, what's the difference between operating legally and illegally in a certain region? In the previous AMA, you mentioned PointPay might continue working in Europe even without licenses. Could you please clarify that?
Did I say that? Yeah, I'm not sure I said that, but yeah. So PointPay, firstly, I don't think I said that. Second of all, I would like to say that PointPay operates fully legally with all of the necessary permissions in place in all of the regions. We are authorized to offer cryptocurrency services across Europe. We have 2 licenses in Europe, but in many regions as well. We have a license in the Caribbean. We have a license in America. So we are 100% compliant. The only region that we've ever operated in that we were not compliant in was Turkey, because they've introduced their kind of licensing system, and because Turkey wasn't a big market for us, pretty much we operated regardlessly, and then they banned us. which is absolutely fine with us. So we don't operate in Turkey. And we don't operate in a number of restricted regions, but apart from that, I think that is it. You know, and I think even if I did kind of speculate about the possibility of operating without a license, it was more of a kind of thinking out loud moment, really. In reality, the chances that we won't be able to get the required licenses is incredibly low. But if we won't, we will just simply withdraw from the market. That is it. So, you know, we have licenses in other regions, and Europe plays quite a good part, but you know, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. That's absolutely fine. And you know, at the moment, our team is working on towards securing a MiCA license. So, and I'm confident that we will receive it, you know, at least by the end of the year. However, you know, it's unlikely in an event that this becomes impossible. We do have a plan B, so legal ways to continue operating in compliance with the local laws through more complex structures. You know, but we'll see how that's going to work out and what's going to be the best value for money, because as a company we always have to make money, and the way that they've structured the MiCA license is that, you know, you have to spend thousands, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, on a simple license, and we just have to make sure that it actually makes economic sense to maintain this license, and that we actually make money from that region. Because if we don't, you know, there is no point of having it. I think Diana is still with us. Diana?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
I am.
Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. I just heard that, you know, you kind of fell off for a second. Yeah. I'll just continue. So the absolute worst case scenario, which I personally see as highly unlikely, is that we can find ourselves kind of in a gray zone. You know, so even if this were to happen, you know, the user wouldn't notice much more of a difference, and the only potential inconvenience would be, you know, the attempts from the local authorities to block access to our apps. And the real downside, I think, would be the legal side. So we won't be able to issue official documents, kind of resolving some legal disputes. But that's it, you know, and still, you know, I don't think this scenario should be taken seriously, really, because as CEO, it's my job to consider every single possibility. So that's kind of like a worst case 1 or 5% scenario that might happen. And even if that's going to happen, you know, people won't lose money in those regions. We will just order them to withdraw the money from their accounts, or within a certain period, we will hold the new registrations from that region. There is a whole process that we've written if that were to happen. But that's, as I said before, highly unlikely. And this is like a 1 to 5% scenario that we always obviously have to consider. As a company, we have to consider any likely scenario. So that's what I was talking about. I'm quite confident that we will be able to obtain a license. If we won't, there is a plan B, and if the plan B is not going to work, there is a gray zone, and if the gray zone is not going to work, that's the worst case scenario. So I think the likelihood of that happening is very, very, very low, and I was just kind of thinking out loud about the worst case scenario that could happen to PXP, and that's obviously the sort of thing that might happen across all of the most popular exchanges. So, you know, we all are trying to obtain the licenses. It's all very hard, so we'll see how that's going to work out. But I'm very, very confident that, you know, we will be able to operate in Europe, you know, 95%, I think.
Okay, the second question is, what types of users are most and least interesting to the platform? Who are you trying to attract?
So I have a bit of a hay fever. So to be honest, every single person is incredibly valuable to PointPay as long as they are actively using the platform. They are incredibly important to us. So there is not such thing as a unwanted user. So having said that, if we're being direct, kind of the most valuable users are those who join the platform, pass KYC, deposit the money, and trade on our platform and generate us commissions, use all of our services. So that would be the most valuable user. The one who trades often, who deposits often, any amount of funds really, and generates more fees for the platforms. And campaigns like trading competitions, zero fee promotions are often designed to kind of incentivize the users to use the platform more often. For the ones who cannot invest millions of dollars into our platform. So our user interface improvements and social media activities and kind of learn and earn activities as well are built specifically for the beginners with casual users in mind, and obviously as well as the professional traders who care most about the speed and probably less about the UI because they use their own terminals, and they need the widest range of assets possible and the lowest spreads as well. But for the newcomers, we have educational tools and community engagement, and those things are, I think, far more important. And we built an entire ecosystem to make sure that there is some value there for everybody, no matter what their experience level is, and everyone is welcome to PointPay. But also to answer your question, kind of the least desirable user would probably be, okay, it's fine if, so for example, we spend money on attracting new users to the platform. It's fine when you press the button, you go to the platform, so we have to pay that person when you kind of transfer to our platform. You register, and that's it. You don't pass KYC, you don't deposit, so that's bad. But another bad, probably even worse, would be you register, you pass KYC, and then you don't deposit, and you just have it sitting. So we've just spent money on marketing and on KYC, because KYC costs money, obviously. So that kind of user, we're not breaking even. We're paying for those kind of users a couple of dollars. So those are the kind of the worst users for the platform, because we pay and we receive nothing back from you, not in fees, not in anything, but only probably as a potential user. So as long as you deposit something on our platform, you're worthwhile to us. Yeah, I think that kind of answers your question.
The third and the last question is, what's happening with the marketing strategy? When will the second wave start?
In all seriousness, we're currently not in a real rush to launch a second wave of marketing, because the market is so volatile at the moment. Bitcoin has taken a hit. The global economy is a bit shaky, and many users and investors are pulling back, waiting for the things to kind of smooth out. So these conditions aren't ideal for ramping up marketing efforts or launching new major acquisition campaigns. So we're still out there, everything is possible, but I think the current moment is not perfect to launch a second wave of marketing. We did receive quite a lot of registrations. We still run our marketing campaigns on Google, on Facebook, across other platforms. We have email marketing, we have Telegram marketing as well. But I think no matter how creative or ambitious we get, we can't go against the global market trend. So that's why we're shifting. We're now shifted into the preparation mode, getting ready for the right moment. We're improving our services, we're launching new products. And as for the timing, I think it's hard to say. So the biggest market shifts are coming from the United States at the moment, especially around new crypto legislation that's expected to come, as they said, this summer. So we'll see how the market is going to react. So the market could react very negatively, and the price of Bitcoin could drop significantly if the crypto regulation is going to be very draconian. But if it's going to be lax, it could be good for the market as well. So the European users didn't, the MiCA legislation hasn't kind of didn't really make a big hit. I think we're still to see how that's going to pan out, and because we might see that quite a lot of platforms might exit Europe as a whole. So we'll see how that's going to work out in America as well, and if global tensions will continue, and there is a talk of a recession in America. There is a talk of hyperinflation in America as well. So those aren't the kind of perfect conditions for the Bitcoin to rise. Recession, maybe a global recession, hyperinflation, and a possible draconian legislation from America that might hit the crypto market as well. So there's quite a lot of red flags, so we'll see how that's going to pan out. But if everything is going to be fine, we're ready to jump in all the time, and we're watching the situation very closely. And I think we expect things to stabilize this summer. So I think that is all for the second part of our short AMA format. And I think I'm going to end on this short and kind of uncertain yet hopeful note for the second video. So thanks everyone who watched until the end, and for those who liked and subscribed and pressed the bell button and left us a comment. Thank you very much for your support. We'll see you next week with the final video of the series. Please don't miss it, and we still have plenty of things to talk about. So thank you all very much, and see you next week.